Let's have former Senator Laila De Lima. She is also the spokesperson of the Coalition of Complainants.
Good morning, Senator. Thank you for joining us on Zoom once again.
Good morning. Nice to be with in your program again,
Yeah.
Angelica and
Angela.
Diego. And
Yeah.
good morning also to your Angela Palazzo. Sorry, to your viewers and listeners. Good
All right,
morning.
Senator, let's get right to it. The last time you joined us, we asked you about impossibility, of you spearheading impeachment complaint. At that time, I think you said you were not sure about things yet. What made you decide otherwise?
Okay, first let me clarify that I'm not one of the complainants. I'm not a signatory to the complaint. I was designated as the spokesperson
Okay.
of the coalition of complainants, and I am in full support
Okay.
of their move to file impeachment complaint. Although I'm not a signatory, sa tingin ko, they have every right to do that. They think that is also their moral obligation to the people, since they've been seeing a lot about what's happening. They're seeing a lot about the vice president has been doing, has been saying, including all of those threats that are actually unprecedented in our history. And even I think in other countries, I'm trying to search for precedents about that, that a very high official, and that is the vice president herself, would have the gall to really publicly admit that she has actually planned, or she has instructed
Yes.
someone to do the assassination in case something happens to her. That is unheard of in our history.
Yes.
Right.
So nakakagimbal, nakakabahala yung ganyan. And it's even escalating. Her behavior her misconduct is escalating.
Yes,
So,
that's
hindi na
right.
ko makakahintay yung mga complainants.
I'd like to ask Senator
Yes.
Angel, sorry, pardon.
ahead.
A lot of people have been saying bad timing. While I understand yung stance po ng grupo saying that kung hindi ngayon, kailan pa. But hindi rin po ba dapat ang maging stance ng isang grupo ay to ensure that if I'm going to file an impeachment complaint, sisiguraduhin ko lulusot ito at the best possible time. So, hindi po ba friendlier possibly na hintayin natin ang next Congress when there is a lot of time and maybe a friendlier Senate pag umabot sa trial?
Sa pananaw ho ng mga complainants, this is the right time.
Okay.
This is the right thing to do and the right time to do it. Habang, pwede pa. I mean, hindi natin alam kung ano yung mga pangyayari. There might be very significant developments or happenings in our country at the political front. Hindi natin alam na after the midterm elections, iba na ang ihip ng hangin. Hindi po natin alam yan. Saka, ano pa ba ang mga hihintayin natin? Palala ng palala nga, escalating nga yung misbehavior ng Vice President. Ano pa yung, hindi na natin pwedeng tiisin lang yung kanyang mga pambabastos, yung kanyang mga pang-iinsulto, yung kanyang pagdi-disrespect sa ating mga proseso at sa institusyon. Masama po yan sa demokrasya. Hindi po namin tinitingnan yan which period would be convenient. Ang sa tingin namin is that may karapatan yung grupo na yan mag-file. At may karapatan din yung member of the House of Representatives, si Representative Percy Sendanya, na mag-endorse. And then, dahil nga it was duly filed, ay obligasyon ng Kamara na tingnan yon, aksyonan yon na nararapat sa proseso, nararapat sa batas.
Oo.
Yung tungkol sa mga timing, hindi ko kasi yan iniisip talaga ng mga complainants. Pinapakita lang na enough is enough. Hindi na natin pwedeng tiisin pa yung pinagtatawanan na tayo ng mundo kasi ganyan ang nangyayari. Especially after the latest public meltdown of the Vice President last November 24.
Yeah. Pero Senator, sinasabi po din kasi nila yung prescription period eh. Pag hindi daw po umusad ito, baka mabigyan pa po ng one-year immunity yung inyo pong pinafailan ng kaso, ng impeachment complaint.
Opo. Ang sagot po ng Coalition of Complainants dyan is that kung gugustuhin talaga ng Kongreso, ay pwede nilang madaliin ito. Pwede nilang gawin ito. Pwede nilang hindi na lang minamaximize yung mga periods provided in the Constitution. Na kung meron talagang, kung alam talaga, kung gugustuhin talaga nila, may paraan. In fact, we are not discounting the possibility, the scenario, that yung third mode ang gagawin, which is the faster mode, which is the easier and faster mode is yung diretso na yung House of Representatives na gumawa ng kanilang resolution of impeachment for as long as it is supported or approved by 1/3 of the members. So hindi na kailangan maghihiring-hiring pa sa committee level. They can adopt or they can pattern or they may not adopt or pattern the allegations or the articles of impeachment na nakalagay sa complaint for impeachment ng mga complainants ngayon. They can produce their own. Kasi anyway, sila yung may mga records sila eh. Yung mga testimonya dyan.
Right.
Yung mga disclosures.
Yeah.
So, pwede nilang gawin yon para mas mabilis.
Yeah, but Senator, no, don't you think na due to the recent pronouncement of PBBM na filing an impeachment complaint against VP Sara Duterte is unimportant, will do nothing, this will also parang affect yung magiging desisyon ng mga nasa Congress?
First of all, let me say na, alam mo, mixed signals kasi yung Pangulo eh. Hindi ba nakapagsalita siya? Yes, a pronouncement about anuhin niya. Yung yung threats ni VP Sara, papalagan niya yung threats. And in fact, we're seeing people in government, the executive especially, which is under him, the DOJ, the NBI, the PNP are moving now. The PNP has filed cases. And then NBI is investigating. Nagsomons na nga, nagsabpina na nga kay VP Sara na hindi na naman nakarating. And then the DOJ is also studying the possibility of filing other cases, other criminal cases, more serious offenses like inciting to sedition, and even the Anti-Terror Act, violation of the Anti-Terror Act. So these functionaries are all under the executive department. So and yet, kasi yung una nga, pumalag talaga yung Pangulo. And then bigla ngayon merong leaked information about, hindi na, wala na, ayaw niya kasi tie down pa din daw ang trabaho ng Congress, ang trabaho ng gobyerno. So ang namin dyan is that tama na yung mga urong-sulong na yan na ginagawa nila. There's uncertainty on their part, there's ambiguity, there's ambivalence, na kaya yung grupo ng mga private complainants, nakikita nila na hindi pa ini-initiate yung impeachment, kaya sila na ang nagkusa. Na without at all getting any signals or any marching orders or guidance from the Congress and even from the palace. Kasi these are purely the private initiative of these complainants.
Again, Senator, given that all that we've talked about, para maintindihan po ng kababayan natin, let's just tackle one mode, the third mode, you said, the fastest mode. Assuming Congress gets 1/3 of the votes needed, can you walk us through what can happen in a certain time frame?
Okay, pag makuha po yung required number of votes, that's 1/3, and that's more than 100. I think 103, if I'm not mistaken. Pwede na yan idiretso yung resolution of impeachment and the articles of impeachment to the Senate, which is the trial tribunal. That will,
Can this happen, Senator, within the next 10 days, 10 to 15 days?
Anything can happen.
Okay.
I mean, it really all depends on their determination
Okay.
to do that. Pwedeng lampasan yung mga periods na yan. Pwedeng, hindi na i-maximize. But that is faster, really. The House resolution from 1/3. Yun po ang nakikita natin.
Okay, I want to go to the articles po, yung mga grounds na nilagay po ninyo, sinama niyo po doon sa impeachment complaint, na doon po yung kasama po doon yung EJK. So, syempre, yung iba po nagtatanong, bakit daw po kasama yon hindi pa daw po VP si Sara at that time?
Opo, yung siguro yung nasa yung pananaw, yung pag-iisip ng mga complainant, because as I said, I'm just a spokesperson.
Right.
I'm not a complainant. Nakikita nila na pag makita yan, na meron din pala siyang involvement dun sa mga EJKs sa Davao City when she was still a mayor from 2010 to 2013 and then 2016 to 2022. Then it further bolsters the basic claim in the complaint for impeachment that here is a vice president whose fitness to really be in that high office, in such a high office as the office of the vice president, is highly suspect because of his criminal proclivities. Kasi nga yung mga, lalo na yung mga threats na yon, these are actually, these are threats which borders on criminal behavior. So ididikit yan doon sa naging allegation ni Arturo Lascania. Siyang nagsabi na involved din pala si VP Sara nung mayor siya at the time that she was mayor. So it adds to the strength of the allegation that this person occupying the second highest official of the land make criminal proclivities. So can we afford to have her continue holding such a high office?
At Senator, last na lang po, mabilisan na lang po. No? Of course, yung isa pa pong depensa ng kabilang panig ay yung sa COA. Wala pa naman daw po final decision sa investigasyon ng COA. Bakit daw po magfa-file na kaagad ng mga ganitong klaseng complaint, impeachment complaint kay VP Sara? Hindi daw po mas maigi na entayin natin yung COA? Go ahead po.
Yes, hindi pa nga tapos. But there are already very clear indications na lantaran na tayong linoloko. Lantaran na tayong linoloko. Nakikita natin na yun, yung mga COA documents on disallowances, on unliquidated cash advances, yung suspensions, yung charges, yung misuse of the confidential and intelligence funds. Now, imbes na sagutin niya, ay puro either delaying tactics or paglilihis sa issue. Evasive answers or evasive statements na kung wala siyang tinatago, madali lang dapat i-explain yan. So bakit kailangan pa kasama na yung mga kadramahan nila? Nandiyan na. So, okay, tingnan natin. Kung at the end of the day, upon the conclusion of that inquiry ng Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability dun sa mga COA documents, COA findings, tingnan natin, baka pwede pang mapalakas, lalong mapalakas yung complaint.
Alright.
Or baka naman maka-explain na siya.
Right.
Then if that happens, then the House of Representatives can just take out that article of impeachment.
Ngayon nga lang po,
Yun
may kakalabas lang nga po na news from PSA na there's no such thing as Mary Grace Piatos which is part of yung isa sa mga signatories sa acknowledgement receipts. I don't know if you've heard about it. But yes, wala na po tayong oras. But thank you so much for your inputs. That was former Senator Laila De Lima. Thank you po.
Thank you also. Always a pleasure. Good day.